Okay. Good morning and welcome to the Committee of Adjustment hearings for Rural Panel 3. We are a City of Ottawa quasi-judicial tribunal that holds public hearings to consider Planning Act applications, including minor variances to the zoning requirements and consent to sever land. Our hearings are now in person at Ben Franklin Place, 101 Centerpoint Drive. We also enable remote participation by video conferencing for our registered speakers. We are live streaming on YouTube, and the video will be archived and available for future viewing by the public. My name is Bill Hunter. I'll be chairing today's hearings, and you can address me by my name or as chair. With me are my fellow panel members. On my far left, Martin Vervoort. Next to Martin is Jocelyn Chandler. On my near right, Beth Henderson, and my far right, Terry Otto. The procedure for the hearings will be as follows. Listed on the agenda and appearing on screen from time to time are the applications we'll hear today. For the sake of efficiency, I may deal with the agenda items in a different order. Panel members have reviewed the planning reports and any written submissions in support or in opposition to each of the applications. Today, we'll hear any oral submissions relating to the applications. As part of the statutory public notification requirements, each applicant was required to post a sign on the property in question before the hearing. They also had to confirm in writing that they did so, or they'll need to swear or affirm an oath today that they've fulfilled the sign posting requirements. I believe all the applicants have met this condition. The panel may ask for a brief presentation of an application followed by questions for the applicant and city planning staff. We will then hear from members of the public who have registered to speak, and we may also have questions for them. Finally, the applicant. I'm now on video. Isn't that nice? Finally, the applicant, who is the burden of proof, will have an opportunity to make final comments in reply. Please address your comments to me as the chair, starting with your name and spelling it if necessary, and your municipal address for the record. All presentations are limited to 5 minutes. Any exceptions will be at my discretion. At the end of the hearing, the panel may either make an oral decision or we may reserve our decision, which means it won't be delivered today. In either case, and within 10 days, the Committee of Adjustment will send the official written decision and reasons for it to all the participants, and anyone else who has requested a copy. Does anyone have any questions about the procedure to be followed today? Okay, are there any declarations of interest? No, there are none. Confirmation of minutes for the meeting of April the 2nd and April the 16th. Are they confirmed, panel members? They are confirmed. There are no withdrawal or adjournment requests, today. So we'll proceed to the hearing of applications. What I would like to do is to deal first with the unopposed applications that are straightforward and recommended for quick approval if there are no objections. And those are, if I may read them, item number 4, which is 33 Cockburn, item number 5, which is 753 Kinstead, and item number 6, 805 Kinstead. Is there anybody that wants to make any comments on any of these? Any comments by panel members on any of these? There being no comments, do we grant these 3 applications then, members? Granted. Thank you. All right. So let's go back to the agenda. Item number 1, which is 2739 Chart, and item number 2, actually, which is 2745 Charters. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak to those? I understand the planning has no concerns. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Are there any comments that we have any written submissions from anybody that we should consider?
Mr. Chair, I believe one of the owners is online as well as a registered speaker.
Okay. Let me just see if I can. I don't see the person, I guess. So the registered speaker is who?
Mr. and Mrs. Davidson are the owners of the property and the registered agents. They are online.
These are the people who wanted to speak.
Just those two.
Yeah. They were registered. to
Okay.
speak, but maybe they didn't pick it up.
Thank you. Are there two people that wish to speak? Are they here?
I believe one of the other owners is being brought into the hearing.
Okay, we'll wait a minute then.
Start your video later.
We should start it now.
Sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
We don't see ourselves on the screen, so we're not sure. We're John and Julie Davidson. We're the ones who put the application in. I can't, it says start video, but I don't know what video they want us to start.
Um,
Mr. Chair,
depending
that
on
would,
you.
Mr. and Mrs. Davidson can turn their camera on.
I don't know how.
Is there a button you can press?
What
We're looking.
Start.
On the left-hand side at the bottom of your screen, there should be a start video.
Got it. Yeah, I found it.
There we
There
go.
we go. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, would you like to make comments or with regard to, is it 2739 charters?
Correct.
Yeah,
you want-
no, we have no comments to add other than our submission.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. It was a little bit loud.
Sorry, we have no comments to add other than our submission.
Okay, okay. And you're not speaking to 2745 charters, are you?
No,
Okay. Any,
but they're in agreement with us. It's a co-applicant, so.
yes. Okay, they aren't coming online, are they, as far as I know? They are coming online?
Hey, sorry,
Yeah,
I've been having a
There
little
he
bit of
is.
trouble getting on here.
Okay.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud. and clear.
Perfect.
Or your name, please, sir?
Jeff Smythe,
Jeff Smythe. And you're speaking to
Yep.
2745 charters?
correct.
Okay. Have you any comments that you want to make?
Nope, everything was on the plan and just want to get this through.
Okay, okay. Panel members, any comments, questions? There's also Brian Harrington and Natalie Julian. Are they going to speak? with you?
Yeah, so I'm online. It's Brian Harrington.
Okay,
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear, actually
Yeah.
louder than I need to.
Oh, I'm not sure how to adjust that, but yeah, I just had a quick question. We're the back neighbor, and just to kind of, when this is all completed, would a new stake be put in so we can see what has changed? Because we just need to see kind of on the back, because our property goes beyond the tree line.
I understand. Yes.
Yeah.
Planning, can you help us on that question?
I believe that once the application has been completed, they'll have to submit a survey, which should include the new property boundaries.
And probably at the time that the survey is done, the surveyors are going to be putting in stakes, from what I understand how it's usually done. Is that what you're concerned about, sir?
Yes, yeah, because I just wanted to see where it was and then just kind of if there's any description or guidance, because I'm not sure how far the pool fence needs to be from the property line.
Okay. Any questions or comments, members of the panel? Mr. Vervoort has a couple of questions or comments.
Well, it looks like the survey's already been done. There's a draft reference plan, so if there's stakes in the ground, they should be there already. It doesn't affect, none of this affects the back lot line of the property. Plus, there's an easement behind the property, hydro easement, I believe. So I don't think it would have any effect on your property, Mr. Harrington. But I had a couple questions just for planning with respect to proposed conditions. The grading and drainage plan, I just wondered what that was necessary for. Like we've got an as-built situation, the pool's encroaching on the neighbor's property. We're just doing basically a lot line swap to correct the property line.
Right, so the grading and drainage plan is just to make sure that once the new boundaries are set, even though it's an existing condition, we just want to make sure the drainage isn't, going into someone else's property, that sort of thing.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Henderson, do you have questions or comments?
Yes, I just wanted to identify to Mr. Harrington, just so he's not concerned and going out on his property looking for stakes. Draft art plans are done, say in-house at a surveyor's, like in their office. And then once it's approved, then they go out to monument. So you likely would not have any stakes identifying the new location right now. They'll come out and monument it after the draft art plan is approved by all parties, and that way they only go out once and charge people only once in an ideal world.
Thank you. Makes sense.
Any further questions or comments from either of the parties? Okay, no. Any questions or comments from panel members? Can we grant these two applications then, panel members? All in favor? Granted. Favor. Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate you coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care.
Yep.
Have a
you
great
too.
Bye
day.
now.
So if we could go to item number 3, please. That is 6930 Fallowfield. And I have Mr. R. Price to speak to that, and he's here. Please have a seat and turn on the microphone. And
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning. Rod Price on behalf of the owner of 6930 Fallowfield Road.
now planning has some concerns. Maybe I should ask planning to deal with those first, and then you can reply, Mr. Price. How would that be?
Whatever suits you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good morning. If you've seen the report, I suppose our main concern is just with the wetland located to the rear of the property. I know we'd had some discussions about showing sort of a boundary for a development envelope. So we would just want to see that shown on the property in a plan or a sketch of some sort before moving forward.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, no problem at all. We've been corresponding back and forth with Mr. Teeth. I think it's covered off as one of the conditions, so we will submit a sketch and work with staff in that regard. Just for the committee's purview, sites are about 10 acres each, and where the proposed development would be is roughly half of the site, which is just barren field at the moment. So there's lots of room to work with. For the record, we just want to make sure we're not limiting where future homeowners can build on that property. With a traditional half-acre development envelope, you would see in certain instances where there's natural features such as forests, wetlands or not. We'll be cognizant of the wetland boundary, but we just want to make sure there's enough flexibility for the future home builders.
Okay. No other concerns, Mr. Price?
None.
No. Okay, thank you. Members panel, any questions or comments? No. No questions, comments? Can we grant this? Members, granted. Thank you very much, Mr. Price.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And planning. The next item would be number 7, 2095 Dilworth, and it's Mr. Price.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Good morning. As you may recall, this particular severance application was adjourned about a month ago I'm not really sure why, but I believe it's because there were a number of residents who raised concerns. We've spent the last month corresponding with everybody that had provided comments. And I think all but one are satisfied. And I think as well, staff have responded to some of their comments. I'm not sure what else it's, just a typical 5 acre severance application on an existing property. I know there was concerns raised in correspondence about the floodplain. The owners were granted a cut fill permit from RVCA, which has been fulfilled and signed off for, which creates this particular opportunity to sever the property and create the development envelope inside the field away from the natural feature.
Planning, I don't think you have any objections.
No, we have no objections. As Mr. Price has alluded to, I've had a bit of correspondence with some of the residents. And staff have reviewed all the plans provided in support, and we have no concerns.
Okay. Anyone else here that has any comments or questions? No? Panel members' comments? Okay, no questions, comments, panel members? No. Okay, granted. Thank you very much, Mr. Price.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Have a great day.
You too. I think that does it. We're adjourned. Thank you very much, staff and members of the planning committee.